Don't you wish that there was a recipe for how to kick off every single workshop? Oh my God, I have one for you. And that's what I'm about to tell you all about in this video. Hi, I'm Brittany. I'm a workshop designer and facilitator and an event host, actually. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for dropping by. If you're interested in workshops and facilitation, in being better at kind of like rounding people up and getting them from one spot to another, then you should consider subscribing to my channel. And if you like this video, if you find it helpful, I would love if you gave it a little like-a-rooney. Like-a-rooski dooski. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you my 5-step system for how to start any kind of workshop, honestly, or a longer meeting. If it's a really important meeting, then this is exactly how you want to kick it off. So let's just jump right into it. Okay, step 1. You're gonna do introductions. You're gonna make sure that everybody has the opportunity to introduce themselves, maybe share a fun fact or an answer to a cute, interesting icebreaker question. And this is strategically done as the very first thing. And I'm talking before you share why you're all there, what the agenda is, everything else. That all happens after. Because what you want is everybody to relax, feel comfortable, and at ease. And in order to do that, you need to break that ice. Also, if you're running a remote workshop or a remote meeting, it's even more critical that you do the introductions right at the top. Because what you're doing there is you're actually kind of reminding people that behind these screens, behind these computers, there are actual human beings there. And you need to remind people, because when we're online, when we're like doing calls just like remotely, you kind of lose track of that human connection element. So that's what you're doing. You're reinforcing that connection. You're making everybody feel calm, safe, and ready for whatever is about to come. Step 2, you are going to now get and set expectations. And this is so key because right at the top, you want to know what people are expecting to get out of this session, and then you want to clarify whether they're right or not. I talk about expectation setting all the time because it helps you avoid so many problems down the line, right? So it's so critical that you actually get expectations from everyone, ask everybody what they're expecting to get out of their time today. And when they tell you, I'm really expecting that we're gonna like change everything and my whole life is gonna be so much better, you can say, that sounds awesome, but actually, probably we're not gonna be able to tackle all of that today. Here's, what we are gonna touch on though. So I'm happy that you're excited about that. You see what I mean? So making sure that you're getting and setting expectations. What that creates is a little bit of confidence in you as a facilitator. So everybody feels like, oh, right, okay, so she knows what she's about to deliver. She feels good about it, and she's confident enough to say, we're not gonna do that, but we are gonna do this. It feels really good as a facilitator to set those sort of parameters before you get into it, and you're gonna avoid all kinds of issues of people being like, I thought we were gonna do that. Why aren't we doing this, right? You've avoided all of that because you're a genius and you followed Brittany's 5 steps to kicking off a workshop. All right, let's find out what step 3 is. Why don't we? Step 3, this is where you're going to outline your agenda. Now, really critical when you're outlining agenda, especially for a workshop that's a bit longer, like maybe it's a half day, or it's a full day, or it's a week, right? Is not to give exact timings. That is such a hot facilitator tip. And the reason that you're not gonna do that is because if you have to make on the fly, iterations, or it's like, ooh, that's taking a lot longer, but it's important that we kind of stick with this here, and I'm gonna maybe take some time off of this next exercise, right? So you're making adjustments on the fly as a facilitator. But when I'm doing it, I do not want my participants knowing that that's happening, because if they think you're running late or you're running early or things are off track, they lose confidence in you as a facilitator. It's almost like a subconscious thing. So there's absolutely no reason that you need to tell people exactly when every activity is gonna happen. The only thing that they need to know, when breaks are gonna happen, when lunch is happening, all those kind of things. So don't give timings, but do give an agenda. Step 4, rules and logistics. So this is where you're gonna share with participants your rules, which are very important to share, right? So rules for your workshop. What do you want out of people? Do you want them to have their devices away? Tell them. Do you want them to have their cameras on? Is it a remote workshop? Tell them. Do you want them to pay attention and contribute? Tell them, right? So you're setting yourself up by giving them the rules, giving them the parameters. You're helping them understand how they can be successful in this workshop. And honestly, everybody wants to be successful. So if you give them those rules, those parameters, the box that we're working within, everybody feels much more comfortable and like they know what they're supposed to be doing, which is very important, right? And one last thing I want to say about step 4, because it's a very important step, is when you give people rules, make sure that they agree to the rules, right? So you say, okay, my rules are no devices, I need participation, and I need you to focus, right? And then you say, is everybody cool with that? Are we all in agreement? And then everybody goes, yeah. And then if you ever have to remind them about their device or about their camera or whatever your rule is, you're just reminding, you're not having to like reprimand them. Right? And also logistics. So rules and logistics are all in number 4, right? Logistics. When's lunch happening? Where's lunch happening? What time do we start? What time do we end, right? When are the breaks gonna happen and where can we go during the breaks? Where can I like take a quick phone call at lunch, right? Giving them those logistics just makes them feel a lot more trust in you, right? They feel like comfortable, they feel like they know what's going on and they can relax and give you what you're asking, which is the whole point of setting up your workshop properly, right? Is that your participants are in the space where you're gonna have a really successful session. So step 5 is tell a story. I want you to keep this story relevant and I want you to keep it short. But the thing that this is gonna do is it's going to motivate, it's going to energize, and it's going to align your team. So if you think about it, coming up with a story that you can tell within like 1 or 2 minutes is really important because you need the story to reflect sort of like what's going on the team, right? So if you have a team coming in to do a design thinking workshop and you know that there are a few people who have been asked to be there and they might not be totally on board with this design thinking thing, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell them a story about when I doubted that design thinking was really powerful, but then I saw this one thing happen in this workshop that I did and it was amazing and we learned so much, bum, right? So it's short, it's fast, it's about an experience that I've had, right? And it's relatable. So now I'm showing these people, I'm showing my participants that I understand where you're coming from and I wanna share with you like an experience that I had that might help you understand sort of why we're doing this, right? So maybe it's a customer story, it's a user story or interaction, right? There's a reason why you're there and I want you to tell them a little story to get them excited and motivated and aligned on why they're there, okay? So keep it short, keep it relevant, and keep it jazzy, Maybe embellish the story a little bit, just a little bit. So like help kind of get people excited. Just kidding, don't lie. I didn't tell you to lie, okay? But maybe, like storytelling, you have to beef things up a little bit, right? Okay, that's it. Those are my 5 steps for kicking off any workshop, right? Let's go over them one more time. So we have introductions, right? Informal check-in. We have expectations check. Get and set expectations. Critical. Then we have the agenda. Never give timings. Very important. Then we have rules and logistics. Get them to agree to those, right? Then the last thing we have is a story. Tell a little story. Have a little fun with it. And hey, have a great workshop. I'm super excited for you. It sounds like you have set yourself up for success. Huh? Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you were taking notes, right? Write those things down. You can literally write them on a Post-it and use them for every single workshop you run. It's brilliant. If you like this video, give it a like. If you're new here and you were like, that was kind of helpful, it was mostly goofy, but like it kind of helped me as well, then maybe you should subscribe to my channel because there's more of this stuff coming at ya. And I'll see you all next time, my fabulous workshopper friends. You guys are wonderful, okay? Don't you ever forget it. I'd bring Gordon in, but he is fully asleep at my feet. Maybe I'll just take a quick video. That way you know that I'm not being silly. There he is. My little angel. Hi, Gordo. Oh, sorry that I woke you up. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, that's it. That's all. I'm turning it all off. That's off.